Piece fans? This is Chris Bolts, and I'm coming in with some exciting news for the upcoming anime remake for The One Piece that will be debuting on Netflix. It finally gets its official 2027 release, and I can't be more excited about this. But before I do get into the content, do make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. All that stuff really does help me out. And this is coming to us courtesy of CBR by Alea Arena. Netflix's The One Piece anime remake finally gets official 2027 release, and it is very important to have that definitional article, the, in front of One Piece. I guess that's the way Netflix is gonna differentiate itself from the Toei animated version versus the Netflix / Wit Studio animated remake. Today's a great day to be a fan of One Piece. The official social media account for Netflix is The One Piece confirmed that season 1 will adapt the first 50 chapters from the manga, following Monkey D. Luffy up to meeting Sanji. 7 episodes, 300 minutes all at once. So let's see, we'll just go ahead and pull it up here. Here's the first key visual right here. Got a little Luffy that's there with Shanks and the red-haired Shanks crew at this island where they first meet for the first time. And so yeah, it's gonna be 50 chapters. They go Luffy up to meeting Sanji, 7 episodes, that's approximately 300 minutes. Someone came down here and they broke out the math for us. So approximately be about 45 minutes long, so 45 times 7. Yeah, that would be about around 300 minutes. So some episodes would be a little longer than others, but that is still going to be some pretty good time. And they said it is a speed run, and that is exactly correct. It is a speed run, but here's the thing. Live action One Piece has accomplished just as much feat. The amount of time to go in there and take several manga chapters and condense them down into 6 episodes, I believe, for the first season. Maybe it might have been 8 for the first season and 8 for the second season. The first season covering from when Luffy first meets Kobe all the way up to when he fights Arlong at Arlong Park. And then in the second season, when they first go ahead and get to the Grand Line, all the way up to meeting Tony Chopper and getting on their way to Vivi and going to Arabasta. Netflix somehow has figured it out to be able to go in there and eliminate a lot of the filler episodes that attend to One Piece and just concentrate on the meat and potatoes of the manga and the pertinent chapters within the manga. So that's very exciting. February 2027, haven't given us an exact date or anything like that, but there's only 28 days in February, so it's gonna be one of those days, obviously. So this is some really good news and everything. So this is a 435,000 views. We're just gonna round that up. 12,000 likes, 2,100 retweets, 775 bookmarks. Let me go ahead and bookmark that myself. And again, this Kakuro says, even if the episodes are 45 minutes long, 7 episodes reach variety is a speed run. They're going to cut so much of the charm and world building. I wouldn't. Again, in the live action, the world building was there. A lot of the world building is going to be visual to begin with. It's not going to be doing a lot of the character introductions or anything. So I think we'll be fine. I've gotten to Arlong and it still just isn't doing it for me. When does it turn peak? I'm trying. Okay, this guy, I think he's a try hard, but that's okay. One Piece isn't for everybody. And let's go back over to the next comment right here. MB says, hey man, I know you're not into anime, but this is the perfect opportunity to get into the One Piece world. Now it's a season format with a total of 7 episodes. So he's begging one of his friends to go ahead and start watching it. Yeah, actually, this is really good. If you are new to One Piece, want to get into One Piece, or have watched the live action and you want to watch the more truncated version, I think the One Piece would be a very good piece of anime for you to get into. Now, of course, a lot of people are not into anime, so you got to contend with that as well. And then this gun says right here, make it weekly, bruh. All at once means every talking point about it is dead in 2 weeks. And that is the downside of just going in there and putting the stuff out all at once, just doing one big drop as opposed to making it a weekly. And that's the weakness of the live action One Piece. weeklies. The live action One Piece, it's dropped and now it's out of the zeitgeist. No one is talking about live action One Piece season 2, even though personally I think it was a really good job. They got to stop it, but the thing is Netflix, they are a content company. They are not an entertainment company. There's a difference there. Their focus is on creating as much content as possible to get you trapped in their ecosystem of subscription services, streaming services, and paying that monthly fee. They don't care whether or not you digest it over time or all at once. They just want you in their ecosystem. So I do agree with Grumbell and the next commenter here, Sleepy Lagoon. I can't stand Netflix and their stupid batch releases. Totally ruins the fun of the weekly community experience. Yeah, traditional anime on Crunchyroll, we have lots of things to talk about when these things are going weekly. Obviously, I've been knee deep in One Piece for more than 20 years, so I know a lot that's going to be going on, but I still would love to have these type of conversations with new fans that are coming to the service and all that. So I 100% agree. I wish they would go ahead and do that, but it sounds like they're going to just drop all of it all at once like they did with the live action. Hopefully in season 3, they'll change that around for live action One Piece. They'll change that around with season 3 going forward and just make it a weekly release. But again, Netflix doesn't really care about that. They only care about getting you in their ecosystem, and how you consume their content is up to you. They just want you to be there paying that monthly subscription. So there you have it. There's the information about Netflix's The One Piece, going to be coming out February 2027. Haven't gotten a hardened date, but let's just take out one last thing right here. I think this is some new information right here. Let's go ahead and play this video, and then we'll go ahead and call it. Alright, so that was pretty much it. Didn't look like there was much to that other than just sketch drawings and whatnot, but we shall see. We shall see how it gets received. I'm pretty sure it's going to be doing okay. I can't wait for it myself. What did you guys think about all of this? Jump down in the comments, let me know what you think, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. All that stuff really does help me out. And remember, this is Chris Bolt signing off, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy.